Hi, good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kim Thane and I am relatively new to embroidery. I'm not professional, just let's clear that one up. And I am learning as I go. And enough of that. Right, anyway, I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I don't know how much my phone's going to take. I've tried to delete stuff and for some reason it just keeps on stopping when I'm filming. I'm hoping it's going to last out. I bought a camera, but I've charged the battery. I haven't really looked at it yet. It's one of these here. Oh, you can see it on that side there, look. It's a vlogger's kit and it's a G7X Mark III, which I actually know nothing about, not a thing. Okay, so I couldn't possibly tell you anything about it. All right, so let's just get that one clear. Sorry, in a funny mood again. Yeah, so you get this stick thing with it as well, which is so you can carry it around, I suppose, for stability. And like I say, the camera. I purchased a camera a few months ago and I sent it back because I tried to use it and for some reason the battery lasted 45 minutes. Well, it didn't even last that. And I actually looked on some of the reviews for that and it says on there, it does only last 45 minutes, which is ridiculous. I'm not buying loads of batteries. This one here is 300 hours. No, sorry, 300 minutes. Get it right, Kim. 300 minutes, all right, which is ample, hopefully. And the only trouble is I'm so used to using my phone and then basically I just download it all onto an app on my phone, which is a filmmaking program app, and it's all done that way, or I transfer between my phone and my iPad. Now I've got my Mac, so I'm gonna try. I don't know how yet. I haven't got the foggiest clue of what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can edit and stuff and do whatever I need to do with this. I know you can do something. You can transfer this all wireless. It does Wi-Fi as well. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, whatever you want to call it. So you can, but I would imagine that would take some time. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Okay, that's that out of the way. So hopefully the next time we have a video, it will be with that. But don't hold your breath. We'll see, won't we? I'm going to do another tutorial today, a tutorial, okay, my way, my learning tutorials, okay, with me learning too. And instead of using my mighty hoop, my magnetic mighty hoop this time, I'm going to use a screw hoop, okay, the ones that most people probably start off with. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I haven't used it for a while, so I'm just going to show you what I do and probably won't be of any help. It will just show you that I can't do it either. I'm not very good with those blooming things. So that's that. I don't know what design I'm going to do as of yet, but we will see, won't we? Let me think if there's anything else I want to say to you before. Oh yeah, I am nearly at 1,000 subscribers. I am approximately, the last time I looked, 37, 38, 39, 40, 63 subscribers off of 1,000. Which I can't believe. So thank you to all of those to all of those of you that have subscribed. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's great. And thank you for all of those that have placed orders. That's fantastic too. I will quickly say on that one, keep doing it. That's great. It's my Etsy shop, okay, which is in the description down below. But I had a check on there last night and I took £535 in sales, okay, and £81 of that went to Etsy. So that is probably nearly all my profit because I don't sell my stuff which I probably should, I don't know. I don't sell it for much more than I actually pay for it, believe it or not, okay, but that's true. For instance, my t-shirts, the ruffled t-shirts, I added it all up with the tax, with all the postage and everything. I added everything up and then I got a bill from customs, £92 as well. I added all that up and basically they cost me £3.19 each. So if I'm selling them for £3.99, Etsy take their charge, so I'm probably actually, I could even be making a loss, but still, doesn't matter. Once they're gone, and that's that. I like to use the Russell's t-shirts. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I find them quite good quality. All right. These other ones, and nothing wrong with them, okay, but they were imported from China, okay, as probably many of you know. That's where a lot of embroiderers buy their ruffled t-shirts in bulk, and I sometimes find that their sizes are a little bit on the small size. So, but all the measurements are in the description in my listing, so I can't go wrong there. Let me think what else I've got to tell you. So I can't even speak properly. Yes, right. I'm going to stop the camera until I know exactly what I'm going to say next, because otherwise I'm going to sit here saying all the time, and I don't really want to do that because. See you in a minute. Okay, right. Now then. I haven't done this for a while. I haven't even had a practice run, okay? So I'm just going to go for it. This hoop here is a 180 by 130 millimeter, okay? So it's approximately 7.1 by a 5.1. All right. Other than that, I've got like this size, or I've got a massive thing, which is, I don't want to use. That's 100 by 100 there. So we're going to use this one. And I'm going to try and get my idea straight in my head, and we're going to put some stitch and cutaway. We're going to cut, this is cutaway, in with it as well. I'm going to put this in first. Now I'm going to make sure, I don't want it to be too big inside the t-shirt, so I could just, no, I'm not going to hoop it actually without the cutaway. I don't think you can anyway. I think it works with the magnetic hoops, but not so much with this. So right, I want it to fit inside the t-shirt there. Right, pop that in there. This is how I do it first anyway. This is how I started to do it, but I don't use these anymore. I've just ordered some more. I've cheated again, and I've ordered some more magnetic hoops. No, I ordered one or two, I can't remember now, one or two. And also I've ordered a hooping thing for your stabilizer as well, so we'll see how that works when it arrives. Right, let's see. Okay, so we've got some of that in there. That's nice and straight for the time being. Don't know how long it's going to stay like that. I'm going to put this, that's fairly loose at the minute, because you want that to go in easily. Okay, and we're going to put that in here. If you've got a special screw usually with these, or screwdriver, whatever you call it, it helps with that. Right, I'm going to pop that in. It's got to go on the thing like that, so it's got to go in that way. And I'm going to put the screw thing down the bottom here so I can get to it easier. Put that in there. I'm going to eye it in. If you want to get exact and you're a little bit unsure, iron your t-shirt, get your crease down the centre, and then you can line it up with this thing here. You've got two arrows. You've got a little arrow there and a little arrow there. That gives you your centre points, okay? And so match that up with the line that goes down your t-shirt. So I want it to come up here a bit more, so I'm going to push that up gently without disturbing all the backing stuff. Right, okay. The stabilizer, should I say. It's called stabilizer. Get it right, Kim. Get it right. Right, now I'm going to pop this in here. This is, like I say, I haven't done this for a while. Push that down. So I think I still need to open it up a bit. No, I don't. Right, okay. So that's in. Hasn't moved too much. But I'm going to get my screw before I start to pull it tight. And I'm going to screw this tight. Okay, so we'll get we don't want to move it too much. And I'm going to screw it tight, which is clockwise. So fiddly. Oh, I know those of you that have got single needle machines, as far as I'm aware, have to use these kind of hoops. I'm not sure if there are any out there that you can use that's magnetic, which is a shame really, because you know, I don't think it's fair that you can't use the magnetic ones as well. Right, okay, that's fairly tight. Now I'm going to pull on this here to try and make sure that's all taut in there. So we've got no bubbling, because there's a little bit of bubble in there. But I don't want to pull the t-shirt out the hoop, and I don't want to stretch it too much here. So, okay. I don't know if it pays to do that before you tighten it, but the thing is, then it's loose and you're not going to get that tight feeling. Right, I think that is okay. Okay, shall I chance it? It looks pretty equal. One side, mind you, that might be out a bit. Yeah, maybe not. Right, okay, so that's that hooped up. I'm going to pop that on my machine now. Now my machine needs to, I need to shorten this again now because it's not going to fit. All right, so I'm going to unscrew these here. There's another one back here. You only unscrew them enough, you don't fully unscrew them. And there's another one this side, if you can see that. You've got one there, one just underneath in there, and then one the other side. Just unscrew those gently so that you can move this bar either which way. And I want to get it on the next, you'll see little, let me see if I can show you. There's little marker points here. And this thing here, you've got to try and line. Let me see if I can show you. So if I need to make it smaller, so right, I need to go back probably there. So you've got to point the little line in front of these screws, okay? Then you tighten them back up again. Okay, so that they don't move. Don't over tighten them. You can use your little screwdriver thing that you use for your hoops. Tighten that. Now, that should be in its next setting, okay, next place. Right, I'll pop you back on there. Let's have a look. Make sure I've got it right. Put that under there. There, okay. This is for your multi-needle, all right? Those of you that've got single needle, you know how, you know the plan, you know how it works, hopefully. Right, okay. So that's that. Changed. I had a really dark browny gold up here. I've changed it for the silver colour, okay, which is like a silvery grey, and that's on number 2. All right, so there we go. Any grey, whatever. Well, it depends on what colour your bear is. If you want a brown bear, use brown. Grey bear, grey, so on and so on. I mean, you know what colours are what. You don't need me to tell you the exact codes unless you want to know, okay? Right. So I've got my little bear design up here. It's looking a little bit smaller than usual because I'm using a smaller hoop. So that's all sorted and that's all logged into the machine. Now I'm going to do my colour stops. But first of all, I've got to change number 2 because at the moment it's on dark brown. And I need to go in there and change it so it's back to silver now, okay? So to do that, I'm going to go into that one there. And then I'm going to click on this one here. And then you've got your needle attribute settings, okay? Now in here, you've got all your needles 1 to 10, okay? Or whatever your machine. For single, obviously, you don't need to do any of this as far as I'm aware. All right, now I want to change number 2. So I'm going to click on number 2. Then I'm going to go down to resetting it, okay? Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look at my colour palette and I'm going to go for that grey there because that's similar. And then I am going to press on set. And now it's changed number 2 to the grey. All right, so now when I put it all up on my screen, the colours are going to look true to form. I'm trying to get in the habit of this now, doing it every time I have a colour thread change. So usually I only change a colour thread at a time, just swap and choose as I need to. So that's that. So okay, back to the normal screen. Right, okay, now we've got, I'm going to change all this now. Number 2 is now grey. Right, so I'm going to do this outline stitch in a black, so that this is the tack down stitch, so I can see it through the material I'm going to use. Then I'm going to do the last stitch as the grey again, and same goes for that one there, grey. All right, and then that's his little nose. I'm going to do that in the white colour. So that's on over here, is on number, can we see over there? No, not really. 8, I think. Yeah, which is 8 on here. Okay, I don't need to keep checking up there as long as I've got all my colours attributed correctly. So I'm going to go for number 8, and then I'm going to go for number 10, so I know where to cut out. And then back to number 8, back to number 8 again, and then there's his nose. It's going to be black. That's the white of his eyes, if I can see correctly. So we're going to do those white, obviously. His kite I am doing in a silver colour and like a star. I'm going to do that in a white, I think. So, or should I do it in a grey? Let me think. Let's come over here and have a look at this colour here. I'm going to do the star in that and that, I think. Not the star, sorry, the kite. I think we'll do it in white. Or maybe actually I might change this for a gold. I'm doing the teddy bear in this. So on his kite, I guess let's have a look, see what we've got down here. Got some gold here. See if this gold, I'll go with the, I don't want to contrast it too much. I'll have a think about that. Unless I go for, oh, I don't know. Right, hang on, let me have a think. Right, okay, I have sorted everything out into the colours I want, and that is what I'm going to head for, all right? I'm going to put my stops in now. So I want to stop in there. Oh, missed that one, there. I like to put stops in, if I'm about, just well, put them in wherever, you know, if I'm up here anyway, so I can just check, just to make sure that everything's okay. It's always better to be on the safe side, except for when you get to these end bits, which are usually the finishing touches, like you've got your kite bit there, and then you've got, mind you, no, see, there you go, there's another bit. Sometimes all the finishing touches are at the end, sometimes they're not, so it's always best to be on the safe side. I'm going to put a stop up there as well. Right, so we've got stops everywhere. Okay. And now we're going to go okay, and it's all ready to embroider. So as soon as I press that button there, I should be able to unlock it there, and then it should start to stitch out my design. It's going to be a bit fiddly because I'm using some fluffy again. And it's only going to be small, so we will see, won't we? We'll see how difficult it is to do on the smaller hoops. Yeah, we'll go from there. I'm going to now go over and heat and bond all these bits and pieces, all right? So I will just be back with you in a minute. Okay, right, this stuff here I sell on my Etsy shop, or in my Etsy shop, should I say. It's 100% cotton. It's nice fabric. I'm going to have this one for myself, and this stuff I do this by the metre, this one. Some of them I do by half meters, it just depends. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece of this. Usually it's advisable to start at one end, sometimes I'll just cut through the middle of things, but then that's down to me. I need a little bit of this for the kite, so I'm not going to go cutting out loads. A piece of that. Obviously I won't use that end bit there, so I just will cut that off. Yeah. You can use a rotary cutter as well, I've got one of those, but I am using scissors for now. Right, okay, we've got a piece of this fleecy blanket. I know which side's the right side and which side's not. The correct side is this side because of the seam, but also it seems to look thicker, that side, and when you turn it over, if you look at it, you can see, I don't know if you can see that there, no you can't, but I can, you can see almost through it to the green. Anyway, that's already heat and bonded, so I'm going to leave that. Now I've got to get some heat and bond, which is over here. Piece of this. I like to use this on just about all my materials that I'm appliquing. Even this stuff. I say sometimes don't use it on the, this is that's been heat and bonded, so I haven't got to worry about that. This is a surplus bit. That is not HTV vinyl, okay? That's like a leatherette stuff. It's like a mirror glitter mirror canvas, something or other. This here is, sorry, I should get the correct saying for this. This is actually called glitter mirror vinyl, all right? There's apparently only one place that sells it, and that's in America, but I think other people sell it, but they call it something different. So that's that. And then this is your HTV, which has already got the heat and bond stuff on the back, heat transfer vinyl, okay? Which I've got a load of that there, which I'm not using. Let's cut a piece of this here. I don't want to keep using my good scissors, so I'm going to go and get a Stanley knife. Or should I say, not a Stanley knife, one of these things here, a craft knife. I need a piece for that and a piece for that, so let's just... haven't done a very good job of that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, flipping heck. Great. Was going to try and pause the camera, but no, didn't happen. So, excuse me. Right, there I go again. Keep saying right. I've definitely got a complex about it now. Well, not a complex, I'm just more conscious about it now, but I don't care. People don't want to watch me, they don't have to, do they? Okay, enough of that. Okay, so there we go. Cut that, and I haven't put my heater on. That's on now. And a piece for this. Let's have a look. Okay, piece of that for that one. And then that's already heat and bonded. That's already heat and bonded. And so we've just got to heat and bond those. We'll have to wait for the heater to heat up and go from there. Okay, got my cup of coffee. Let's get this in. Let's just move those over there. You can use an iron for this. Butcher's paper over the, well, I don't know what this is going to be like with the heat without one of these. I'll give it a little bit more protection just in case. I don't want to burn it. So I'm just going to give this a quick press to sort that heat and bond out, get that set. And have a nice cup of coffee or tea. Tea. I had a terrible job doing those hoops when I first had to go at it, so I was quite surprised really that I managed it as well as I did this time without having to practice before I showed you. And that's the honest truth. Turn that off to save some, because it gets too hot in here. Mustn't forget to take this backing off. The amount of times I've forgotten and gone and sewn it straight on, it's too late then, you can't take it off. So always remember to take off the paper side. There you go, and you're left with the glue there. So that's all ready to go whenever I need it. Same goes for the other piece as well. I'll show you. There we go. Okay, so that's another bit done. Now we're going to set our machine going. All right. Oh, I said it again. Sorry. Those of you that have seen previous video, you'll know why. You'll know why I'm going on about that. Right. Oh, I've done it again. lock, and let's go for it. Everything ready? Nothing's in the way there, nothing's going to get caught. Okay, let's go. I hope. I didn't do my little, I normally like to do a little scoot around just to make sure that needle's not going to hit these ends. But hopefully the computer's done all that for me, so I haven't got to worry about it. It's going to be a tiny little bear. Should stop. Going to stop? Yes. Okay, right, I'm going to put my grey fabric down. Oh, I'm going to have him going, doesn't really matter which way you've got the thing going, but let's do it that way round. Preference. Pop that in, lay that down and go for it. You can always just keep checking, make sure there's no bubbling up. Mind your fingers. And there we go. Right, that is in a black, so I can see where I'm going to cut. I'm going to take that off now. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to go and cut that off now. Hopefully you can see okay there. I've not used any water soluble again. Okay, so let's have a look here. Where are we? Let's snip into this here. I just have to get it at the right angle so I can see what I'm doing with the light and that I'm not in your way. So this should be okay. It's definitely more fiddly with these smaller hoops because you haven't got a lot of room to move here. But if you take it with the tip of the scissors, don't put your scissors right in and cut because you're going to have problems there. Always use the very tip of them. And then you can just gently snip slowly and then you'll get close in and you won't, hopefully, won't make any mistakes. Just take your time and just get in as close as you can without cutting into those stitches. Don't be afraid of it because, you know, you can get ever so close in. So don't be afraid, because then that way the neater your work will be once you've finished. The more of this you get off, the better it's going to stitch over with those last stitches and the nicer it will look. If you tug at the fabric a slight bit, you can usually lift it away as you go and you can see where your next little snip's going to be. Yeah, if that makes any sense. I usually do a time lapse on these bits because they can get a little bit tedious. If you're, if you know how to do your appliques and stuff, you don't really want to be watching somebody slowly and painlessly trying to cut around your design. There we go. And I think that is pretty spot on. Considering, I know it doesn't look central in this hoop, but the design was central on the thing and in the hoop on the computer because it allows for the kite tail here and then obviously the kite up here. So I'm guessing maybe I could have brought it over a bit, but we'll see. I'm not too fussed, but that looks nice. There we go. So I don't know how much you can see of that. Got quite close into the edges there. I can't wait to get the new camera going and hopefully I'll be able to take better videos. Although these iPhones are pretty good for recording, it's just that I haven't got enough space. Right, back on the machine. I might not leave the camera rolling for this entire process simply because I don't want to waste space on my phone and not finish the video. I must have cut pretty good in there because that satin stitch is not very wide at all. If you look from back here. Love the way this lady designs her applique. I like that stitch on top, it really does give a good effect. Okay, so it's stitched all around there. Now I'm going to do the placement stitch for, I presume it's going to be his nose. All being well, it should be. Yeah, a bit of that in there. I'm using the black again so that I can see it a little easier. You can use water soluble if you want to. I pick and choose as to if and when I want to use it. So I'm going to cut that out now. Now this is going to be little fiddly. Probably. I've got to be careful not to cut. I don't know if you can, let me just make sure you can see. There. I want to be careful not to cut too much into the under fabric as well. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit snipped out. It does tidy it up a bit. But with this design, because you don't have to use furry fabric for this. You can use any fabric you like. You know, this is a difficult fabric to work with, but you can do it. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. All right. So, you know, get your words straight, Kim, before you speak. I'm going to stop speaking for a minute until I know exactly what I want to say. Right, there we go. So you've got that there. Right, it's putting in the flag now. Okay, so I'm going to go and get some fabric for that. So look over here. Right, I'm going to use a piece of that and a piece of that. I'm not going to use all of that. Okay, so I want to put, I'm wondering whether to put a piece. Let's just put the whole piece in there, and then we'll do that bit first. So, and the next piece we'll do a different colour. I have to keep hold of this because it might move about a bit. Very lucky, I only just managed to place that right, as you'll see up here. Okay, right, let's get this cut out. This stuff isn't too bad to cut through either, if you snip away at it gently with scissors. Pull up that bit there, we don't want to cut into him. Managed to get it in there at the top there, luckily. That would have been another mess. you can't see a great deal, but cut a little bit too close there to pull the stitching away, but hopefully the next lot of stitches, I haven't made it too bad, the next lot of stitches will cover that and make it more secure. Okay. Done. Going to be a fiddly piece to do, just there. Next lot of fabric. Sorry about the joggy camera. Hopefully we'll get a star or two in there. Okay, let's see this. Let's see me cut this little fiddly bit out. Luckily, it's with cotton and not the furry stuff, so that's half the battle. I haven't got to worry about. Hopefully, you can see all right. It's going to be a whole different ball game playing with I suppose you could call it that. Using the camera. Using a phone is just so much easier. It's just that I don't know, I just wish I've deleted loads of photos and everything, and then still it crashes on me, so I don't quite understand that. I've even uploaded stuff to the cloud or whatever you call it, and I don't quite understand why it would feel the need to do that. There we go. I'm wondering, because the satin stitch on this is not very wide, I want to make sure I don't leave any bits. So gently put your hand under there to help you. Just don't push too much on the fabric. It's just to hold it in place a bit. There. Okay. Take a little bit of this off, just to be on the safe side. I'm really trying to cut close to the edge there. Oh, that'll do. Right, okay, so there we have that. actually I haven't got to worry about that because it's still got to do the overstitch for the nose, so that's going to go over that, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I don't think it is. That's a shame, that bit there. Not too keen on this side of the flag, the kite, as you can see. Now it's stitched a tiny little bit there, and I have got to put a piece of fur over that. So let's have a look. We get a piece of grey fur. I'm not going to chuck all this on there because let me just. Now that is going to be difficult. I'm going to pop you on there because I'm going to have to hold that as well. Let's see if I can get you closer. Right. I'm not looking forward to cutting that out. I'll let you see me struggle with this. It's the tiniest piece to cut. Yeah. It's hardly worth it. If you consider purchasing this design, I would bear in mind that this is not one of my favourites. It's lovely, don't get me wrong, I like it, but I'm just a little bit, it could have been me, but I thought I got so close into this edge here that I didn't think that there would be anything showing the other side, but it's not as it appears. I'll show you in a minute. Let's get this back underneath. Now I've cut that out as best I can, but we'll see. We'll have to have a, hang on, don't know if you can see that. There we go. Right, back on the machine. Final bits now. Hang on a minute. Oh yeah, it's grey. That's all right. finishing touches now. I won't go through every single piece with you. Okay, I had to go downstairs and get something and I missed the last few stitches, so it's all finished. No, I'm going to take it out of this hoop first, okay? No, I'm not. I'm gonna get rid of all this fluff on here. I've got to find my sticky tape that I use. Here it is. Still haven't found my lint roller yet. I know that I've got one, but I just haven't had the time to go searching for it. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to take it out of here. So unscrew your screws here to get your thing anti-clockwise. Just loosen those off a bit. There we go, not enough to take the whole thing out. You don't want to take these right out. Okay, and before I give it a press, I'm going to take this excess off of here, this cutaway. I've always used tearaway, but I've tried this lately and that's okay. So I'm gonna just persevere for the time being with it. Be careful when you're doing this bit because it can be quite easy to just cut into your t-shirt or your piece of fabric. So I'm going to cut the big stuff off first. And then I'm going to go with my little scissors and cut as close in as I can get without getting too close to the t-shirt. It's yeah, right. Oh, nearly. It can be easily done. Some people, I suppose, would just cut a square, but I like to get in as close as I can. I suppose if you look at it that way, you're not going to cut into the shirt, are you? Less likely to, anyway. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, be quiet. That's my heat press. Never shuts up. I've got to set it correctly. It's just another job I've got to do. You can take off some of these bits here, although it won't matter too much with this because this will not, it won't come through the other side because you've got your fabric there. Okay, so we've got that there. I shall put some tender touch on the back of that in a minute because this is going to be to wear. There you go. With that design, see now what I should have done. See, another mistake. We all learn by our mistakes, don't we? Well, sometimes. Okay, so that it's central because of this and this. Okay, so if you look at the square, it's relatively central within the t-shirt, but I think I would have preferred the bear to be central rather than the whole design. So should have probably brought the bear over just about there, just over a little bit, so it would have been in line with that, and that would have looked nicer. But it doesn't matter. This is just really to make these videos. This is an age 3 to 4, so I should just give it to my granddaughter to wear. I'm going to give it a press now. Hi, I'm panicking now because I think I'm going to run out of space. My phone's been playing up all the way along again. Still not got this other camera sorted yet. I've got it sort of partly set up and had a quick go on it, but I've got a load of stuff to do. It didn't even come with an interface cable or whatever that is to download it to the computer, although it's Wi-Fi. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. we're nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Once we are, I'm doing my giveaway. If you don't know about that, please search through and have a look at my other videos. There's one there which will tell you all about it. And yeah, I look forward to making more videos, and I will be back again soon, hopefully, with a better video quality, and we'll see, who knows. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.